So you have a date and a time and a place now for your matchup with Keith Thurman. Do you feel a sense of relief now that that's...
No sense of relief. Just a sense of anything, urgency to be ready, urgency to do what we thought we were going to do in March, and the month before that. So that's it. I just feel a sense of wanting to do this and being there in the ring and doing it against one of the best.
And how do you like the venue, the Barclays, as opposed to the West?
Love the venue. Love the venue. Yeah, we moved to Vegas to fight in Vegas, but we're not fighting in Vegas. I wouldn't love to fight anywhere else other than the Barclays. That's a great arena to fight at.
LA's nice. You got some sparring wars. Who have you invited to spar with you?
Nobody yet for this one. We're still hashing that out.
Is that Dad with his jab?
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, no, man, this is just I bit it and it just irritated it and got up.
Who do you think about bringing in the camp? Dad. Who do you think about bringing in the camp?
We're gonna keep the two guys we started off the last camp with. They did a really good job. Brandon Adams, 18-2, and Brandon Lynch. And then we're gonna sprinkle some other guys in. I haven't decided who that will be as of yet, but we're going to look for some even rougher, tougher guys than those guys. I don't expect that we'll have one game plan. We'll probably have multiple game plans for this fight and multiple strategies for this fight, because I spend enough time with Keith. I spend enough time with him in the amateurs. I spend enough time with him in the pros, in camps, things like that. So I know that he's been scouting Shawn. I saw an interview he did. It's like, damn, he's the first person got it right. He really hit it on the head. Either that, or he's got a great publicist. Because somebody, really put down a good, basically a synopsis of what Shawn Porter would do in a fight. So, we're going to use different guys because we're going to be looking for different looks, multiple looks from those guys. We might even bring in a southpaw.
You mentioned amateur, and at one point of your career, you were like a father figure or uncle to Adrian Broner. What are your thoughts on Adrian Broner now, and what does he need in his career and or in his life?
With him being indicted.
With him being indicted, him just getting out of jail yesterday or something like that.
But see, that goes from boxing, it becomes personal. And you know what I'm saying? I don't want to get into...
I went on the positive. I wouldn't talk about the negative side.
No, I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just, even when you speak on and when you say anything about anyone that be on a personal level, they get offended. You know what I mean? So, the best thing I could say, anything that I could do, I would always do it for him, whatever that is. He's got, some good people that love him in place, but, that's not always the best thing for you as well. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that love him, but they're not allowed to come around. You're just not allowed to come around. Point blank is simple. There's a time and a place for everything, and obviously now the time and the place for him to put that stuff behind him is now. Look for a fresh new start and try to do things the right way. So I'm wishing him well. If anything I could do for him, I would do that. But he got some situations, he got some fights outside of the ring. He got to fight his way through them.
When you look at this fight with Thurman, do you anticipate it to be a harder fight than the Brook fight, or kind of on the same level?
Nah, you know what? I think Keith's gonna fight more than Brook did. Brook's game plan: grab and hold Shawn, grab and hold, grab and hold, grab and hold, grab and hold. You know what I mean? That I highly doubt that Keith's gonna try to do that. I'm sure it's gonna be a harder fight, more exciting fight than the Brook fight, and we're going to try to make it much more exciting than the Brook fight. So. moving forward here, getting closer to June 25th date, we'll crank up everything. We will have a lot of our guys actually doing a lot of catching and holding as well. Yeah, we're going to be prepared for a lot more from him than we had to prepare for that game.
Oh yeah, I agree 100%. From my perspective, it's just a matter of this fight's gonna be much better for me. A lot of things that I lacked against Brook, I won't lack in this fight. You know, one of those key things being intelligence. I wasn't intelligent through 12 rounds of fighting Brook. Yeah, I applied pressure. Yeah, I think I won, but it just wasn't enough, and I know where I didn't have enough, and it was definitely from the mental aspect, the focus aspect, listening to the corner aspect, and being intelligent in the ring. And I looked to be all of that against Keith Thurman. Which the thing I was most satisfied with that exhibition was the chemistry that my dad and I were afforded to have in the ring. There are times when you in the gym and you're training, things may get intense. They may, he'll stop a training session for 5 minutes, and then we're 5 rounds in, 6 rounds in. We may keep going or we may not keep going. This was an opportunity for us to connect and keep it moving no matter what. In the actual fight, something goes wrong, you got to fix it on the spot and keep it moving. Fortunately enough, nothing was going wrong, but we were still able to, see each other breathe and, be in that fight atmosphere, that fight mode, and that's what the most satisfaction I got from that night was being able to have that chemistry that night with my dad.
And Kenny, you told me that night that the reason you brought Tyner in was because you did so much work with Porter and
Thurman,
and that you were going to keep him around. Is he coming back?
I can't say that because, Shawn handled him very easily that night, and I expected more out of him. But going into it, we thought he was the guy. He was the guy that stepped up. He had numerous camps with Floyd, and he also had camps with Thurman. So we'll kind of explore that as well. But we got out of it, like he said, we got out of it a lot of things between us, and giving him the opportunity to let it all hang out and then be done with it, and then take a little vacation, which he did, very small one, and come back to work, and then go back and do a little bit more and come back to work. So it worked out really well for us.
Hey Kenny, at one point the Thurman brought in your son to spar when the HBO was going to have the Maidana fight. What do you think they seen in Shawn Porter, why they wanted that style for Maidana when he was prepping for that fight?
No, he never brought us in to spar. That's not what happened. Both of us had situations going on where we couldn't get no work, and we was using Adrian for a sparring partner, and Adrian was running from Shawn, and I was like, hey, look, I got to get out of here. You can't use Adrian. And they was like, well, you've worked with Keith in the amateurs, so you want to go down there. So that was my choice to go down there. But then we ran into the same situation with Keith. He didn't want to sit still for the 3 weeks we was down there. So we fully expect a lot of movement on fight night from him.
And that's what you've seen from the sparring session?
Yeah, that's what we've seen, and that's what we expect.
So what makes his style so difficult for fighters?
I think a lot of guys, they try to pick up his rhythm, and they can't do that. They get caught up with his feet, trying to catch up to him, and he gets guys off balance. That won't happen here. Simple as that.
Yeah, when you know what? If you put two elite level basketball players on the basketball court together and they're playing a one-on-one game, they're hustling, they're chasing, they're moving each other, they stand with each other the whole way. One guy's blocking one guy's shot, one guy's making a shot, the other guy's making a shot. They're doing all the things that they do, and they're raising their levels. Well, what happened with Keith in the previous competition of the last 3 fights, being guys age total up like 108 years combined, nobody could keep up with him or move with him or do things with him. So our last 3 guys was Bronner, Brook, and Bonet, and I think they were 25, 26, and 26 years of age. So, there's a huge difference in competition there as far as, the age and competition there as far as the abilities. Bronner won, I guess, 4 titles now at this point. Brook is still undefeated to this point. So, he's got a hell of a fight coming up.